And good evening and welcome along to the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Art by Leonardo's on Power TV Australia. And we are live at the Oakey RSL. What a great place this is.
It is just absolutely. Can I hear anyone? Can anyone hear us? Yeah, big, huge crowd. Huge crowd. We're here at the Oakey RSL, Robbo, and we are so honoured to be here, mate, because it's Anzac Day on Wednesday, and we've got here at Oakey, we've got plenty to talk about, haven't we, mate?
Absolutely. I was away last week. Did you miss me?
No, mate, we didn't. Were you away? Were you away?
Right?
Okay, get over that, mate.
Who's on the panel this week?
Well, we got a cast of thousands. We're going to speak to the president, Shane Williamson, fondly known as Skeeter. He's our first guest. And then we've got Justin Murphy's replacement, Nev Cherry. He's on our Obie and Cookie Call. We'll speak to him very, very shortly. And then we've got the coach, Tom Friend, and then NRL guru and former player Mark Tukey, who's been playing, and then a very special player quiz right at the end of the show. So it's going to be a fantastic night, Robbo.
Absolutely. We might take a break, then we'll have a chat about what's happening for the rest of the show with the Mustangs and also the round 5 of the TRL.
Sure will, mate. Here we are at Oakey.
Absolutely. Live and free on Power TV, live from the Oakey RSL Club on Power TV. And welcome back to the TRL Footy Show, live and free on Power TV Australia. We are at the Oakey RSL and we are on fire, aren't we, Obie?
We certainly are, Robbo. Come on, put your hands together, guys. We're for the Oakey for the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show. Huge crowd. I can see them, and they're behind there as well. Stop laughing, Thomas. Anyway, so here we are, and look, and I'd like to introduce to you one of the members of the Obie and Cookie Call, none other than our mate Neville Cherry. How are you, Nev?
Brilliant. Isn't it a great venue out here at Oakey RSL? Mel, she's made us feel welcome. We had a wonderful meal before we've started. I actually took my wife on her first date to the RSL here. No, I didn't. I'm only kidding.
God, lest we forget. And also joining me is the president of the club. It's Shane Skeeter Williamson. Put your hands together to Skeeter.
Thanks, David. Good to be on board here with you, and yeah, it's got a fair bit to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we sure have. Well, let's first get the show on the road. Now, the Mustangs, Robbo, they've been going very, very hot and cold, but the under-18s, they were 34-10 down at halftime and came back and won 39-34. What a good score, Robbo.
And that was down at Bow Desert as well, so it was an away game. And yeah, so it was great for them to win that one away from home and come back from such a deficit. 5 points is 5 points. It's great to see that happen. Also, the under-20s, though, weren't so fortunate, were they?
No, they weren't. And if they had the same foot skills as our producer, who's fallen over the sound cord about 5 times in the last 30 minutes. So well done to you, Barry. Put your hands together for Barry, everyone.
Teach him the size.
Very good. So that's good. In the under-20s, well, it's a tough gig for the under-20s in the Mustangs, and Nev, they got done by 46 points to zip.
Mate, Obie, that's just an old-fashioned flogging. But look, Eugene's a great coach, Eugene Seddon, and they'll improve this week. Like, he's so skillful, Eugene, that won't happen 2 weeks in a row, Obie.
Exactly right. And then also this weekend, the Mustangs, they play South Logan's Magpies at Gold Park on Sunday. It's under-18's last game of the season. They can't make the finals, so get over to Gold Park to watch them. And at 2 o'clock will be the under-20s against the South Logan's Magpies. As for the Phillies, the Toowoomba Phillies, Division 1, they lost to Burleigh out at Valleys, 36 points to 26. And I must admit, it was like they had actually won the game. It was a fantastic game. And Burleigh are the defending premiers, I think. And I had a beer with the girls after that at Herb Steinhardt Oval, and they were over the moon. but the Division 2 lost for the second time in a row. They'd been undefeated before that, and they got carved up by Caboolture by 40 points to 4. And the Phillies Division 1, what a great atmosphere it was at Herb Steinhardt Oval on Saturday, mate. They played Burleigh Bears, who've been the leaders for a long time, and of course Burleigh Bears is where their coach David McCall came from, and he was looking forward to that game, but they got done 36 points to 26, didn't they, Nev?
Mate, they certainly did. It was a great crowd out there. This league for the girls has really cottoned on in Toowoomba. They have a great following, especially the Valleys Club. All the players talk about it. Obi, it's great for the game on the Downs.
And the crowd that watched them on Saturday night was unbelievable. What do you think about the girls' competition, Shane?
Yeah, I think it's good. That a lot of those girls in there playing the Valleys are actually from Oakey, so there is a bit of following from the Oakey there going in there watching as well. So we have a lot of Kiwi girls that are in there playing, so
Good stuff.
That's great. In Division 2, they lost second week in a row, and they lost to Caboolture. Got a bit of a thumping there, 40 points to 4, but I'm sure they'll be better this week when Division 2 play Aspley and then Division 1 play Ipswich on the weekend. Now it's over to you, Shane. Oakey Bears, you've been looking forward to us coming out here, mate, and congratulations on the work that the Oakey Club has done in the last couple of years, mate, because you nearly didn't have a club 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago we didn't have a club there. Obi looking very grim, but everyone's pulled together. A lot of the sponsors, a lot of the committee, players, especially the supporters have come on board and helped us out. So it's been really good now. We're back up. We've got great numbers of training at the moment. Like you said before, we've had 80 players at training tonight. So a couple of years ago we had 6 or 7 players. So
yeah,
it's looking really good.
Yeah, the 80 players was just unbelievable to see tonight. We went over there and it was just a watch, and the credit to Tom Friend, the coach, and all your committee and structure as well. And you've got plenty of sponsors on board the last couple of seasons, haven't you, Skeeter?
Yeah, we've got a few sponsors back on board. We've got Oakey Abattoirs have come back on board again. Clive Burkhoff, he's been on board for years. The Oakey RSL is on board as well with us this year. And then we got M&H Oakey. So yeah, we get a lot of sponsors on board.
And you've found, since there was a risk of you actually losing the club, that the town and sponsors accordingly has really got behind you.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is a good thing that we did go back that way a little bit a couple of years ago. So it's just brought Oakey really together at the moment. Yeah, so it's been really good for us. Players been going well.
Now, if you're an Oakey boy, and look, you've seen the last few years firsthand, and it was quite saddened, mate, but it's alive at the moment, isn't it?
Mate, it certainly is. Like, I went out to Dalby on the weekend with the guys, and the support they had for an away game was really exceptional, Obi, and they had heaps of helpers off the field, heaps of spectators in the grandstand. I think it nearly outnumbered the Dalby supporters.
That's really good, Nev, you idiot. And so that's good. We talk about Dalby, the lovely place. We're going to Dalby in June, so it's going to be unbelievable. Now, Robbo, haven't Oakey been fantastic the last year, also especially since they got back into the competition?
Absolutely great to see the Oakey Bears in the competition, starting to really do well and hopefully climb up the ladder and make the finals.
Now, Robbo, what are you doing there, mate? That camera needs to be where all the crowd is, mate. So next time we call, after the break, mate, you can come back, mate. So take us to the break, mate, okay?
I'll take you to the break, why not? We will take a break. Next up, a summary of round 4 as we go live in the heart of Bears territory from Oakey RSL. This is the TRL Footy Show, live and free on Power TV.
Whether you're a professional musician, a weekend warrior, or just starting out, you need to talk to the experts at Royce Music. With over 35 years experience, Royce, Toowoomba's oldest music store, specialise in guitars, drums and sound equipment, and can even repair and maintain your equipment. Call them today on 46 327 377, drop into their showroom at 17 Bowen Street, or find them on Facebook. Royce Music, selling Toowoomba's finest musical instruments.
Hi, I'm Neil from CGD Group, and we do printing with imagination. Our products and imaging have that wow factor. Whether it be business cards, flyers, the Coffee Gazette, or our brand new A5 video folders and animation. Have your business branding remembered. Call us today on 4639 5553. CGD Group, printing with imagination.
Welcome back to the TRL Footy Show live and free on Power TV. We are live in the heart of Bears territory at the Oakey RSL. And mate, what an atmosphere.
It is unbelievable, isn't it, guys? It's here again. Absolutely packed house, and I get $1 for everyone who came in here today. No, I don't, only joking. Well, let's welcome the coach and a good friend of mine, none other than Tom Friend. Welcome to the Footy Show. Put your hands together for Tommy.
Thanks, Abe. It's good to be here.
It's good. It's nice to be here, and we've watched you, and congratulations, Tom, on the culture that you've created here, and really been the talk of the Toowoomba Rugby League.
Yeah, it's not only me. I've got to hand it to the committee. They've been right behind me, and a lot of the players that have come in, and it is all fallen into place really good.
And I think the way they've recruited, they got Emmanuel Charay, Daniel Haya, and
Dylan.
Dylan, is it? Yeah, him too as well. But they've done very well, haven't they, Ned?
Mate, they certainly have, Obi. I've watched them for 2 weeks in a row, and just the physicality of your side, Tommy, you need to be commended. You're an old-fashioned coach. Your side's playing old-fashioned football, but the intensity and the toughness they've been playing at the last 2 weeks, they all need to be commended for that.
Yeah, well, you know, like I say, you can go back a long time in football, Nev, and it hasn't changed. If the forwards don't get on top and you go forward, you saw it with the Broncos years ago. Alan Langer and Walters Renouf couldn't even score a try. Yep. So it's, you know, football hasn't changed. If you don't have a good pack and you don't work them, you haven't got nothing.
I spoke to you through the week, Tom, and I put to you that I think that it's a belief issue when you're getting a side out of the doldrums into actually showing some character.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, we haven't started well a couple of times because of that fact. Like, we've had a tough draw, but last week I think they might have broke the shackles, and probably this weekend I'm hoping we just carry on from where we, you know, finished in the second half.
Yeah, and you've been pretty blessed with not many injuries as well, so it's good to have a good headache by having people to pick from.
Well, this weekend is probably the first time we will go very close to being full. We've had a lot of boys out, as I say, Josh had a suspension, and Corey Mullins has been away fishing, and 2 other boys couldn't play at the weekend. So, but yeah, we should have them all back this weekend, and all firing, I hope.
Okay, well, help us, Tom. We're going to do a recap of round 4, and Warwick played Gatton, and what a game that was. It was the game of the Hutchies game of the round. Gatton led at half time 12 points to 10 after leading 12-0, and then it was just all Warwick. They played very, very good football, and they put a signal out to the rest of the competition, and particularly Joe Fui-Mono is playing well, as is Mick Bloomfield, Nev.
Mate, they certainly are. Joe's just an absolute powerhouse in the centres there, and the work rate that Mickey Bloomfield gets through a game is second to none, and they're 2 players to watch throughout the rest of the year for Warwick to go deep into the competition at the end of the year.
Tom, you've been watching from afar, mate. You've seen Warwick in their recruitment, and they seem to deliver the biscuits the last couple of games.
Yeah, Warwick's always sort of probably been their own enemy. If they'd all get along together, they've got the cattle. It's just getting the right bloke to get them all together. But Joe, he's been a force for the last few years, and you know he is their strike weapon, and he's awful hard to stop.
Yeah, a bit like yourself, Warwick, with your team here, Tom, where you know, you've got an unknown team gelling together is an art, isn't it, mate? It took you and me years to gel, didn't it?
And I'm just not sure if the gel's set yet either, Abby. But it is, and it's, as I said, and I said weeks ago, it's, you know, I expect to be where we are now, and I was a bit disappointed at Dalby. We didn't start well, but having said that, it takes a while, because when you have a look, we even had a new bloke last week, so you know, to get all your combinations and get everything working, it's hard.
Okay, well, in reserve grade, Gatton scored on the bell to pip Warwick 22 points to 20. A really good under-18 game, and I see Gatton's is playing Oakey this weekend. We'll speak about that later on the show. They won 38 points to 20 against Warwick after Gatton in the under-18s led 28-0. The under-18 competition's very, very good, isn't it, Neville?
Mate, it certainly is, Obi. I've watched a fair few of the games, and geez, some talented footballers getting around in Toowoomba, but that Gatton under-18 side, it's been a long time since Gatton's had a really good under-18 team, and I think everyone's waited with a bated breath just to see how they go if they keep going on.
Second Division Gatton returned to the winner's circle, 42 points to 16. And over at Highfields, you were at that game, Nev, big score, 90 points to 6, Highfields against South.
Yes, Obi, and I really feel for the South guys, but I see that Heath Farlow's gone into the A-grade coaching gig, and as I said at the radio on Sunday, the rot stops from now on with Heath. Tommy, you know him, he's a no-nonsense sort of guy.
And he was a very good footballer. I coached him in the juniors, and a real nice bloke to go with it, and he will call the shots, and what he says he'll go well.
So Tom, you've taken over a side that only 2 or 3 seasons ago were getting beaten by the same score. What's your advice to Heath?
Well, it's first of all, he's just got to have a look at what he's got, what he needs, and just work. And hard work does help a lot of things. And just tell him what you want, and hopefully, I think he has got some pretty good cattle there, and it's just a matter of working hard.
And in reserve grade, Highfields 50 defeated South 12. And in under 18, there was a forfeit from South because they had a heap of players called up for Mustangs and they had injuries as well. Now over to Goondiwindi, and our whole 10 tipsters tipped Goondiwindi, including yourself, Cherry. All right, and Pittsworth, after getting done by Gatton the week before, won 40 points to 12, mate. What's your excuse?
Mate, I don't really have one over you, but just Gundy is such an unknown quantity. They can come in here, they can fall by the wayside, you can play them out there and they're totally different teams. You just don't know what you're going to get with Goondiwindi, and for them to improve in the competition, they've got to get that consistency across all grades.
And put yourself in their position, Tom, you're fairly similar. They've beefed up, they're looking more competitive, they're good on paper as well. Home games are gold, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, well, that's what I was surprised when I was like Nev. You could have knocked me over the feather when I saw that score, because Pittsworth have been struggling, had a heap injuries, and everyone's talking about Gundy, and to come up with that score, it's mind-boggling.
And in reserve grade, Goondiwindi 20 points to 16, which is their only win in all grades out there at Gilbert's Oval. And under 18s, well, look, I've been disappointed with Goondiwindi. They started so well, they had so much hype about them, and what a great win by Pittsworth, 32 points to 26 in the under 18s, mate.
Mate, it certainly is, Obi, and I've spoke to a few of the young Gundy guys in under 18s, and they lost the game to South Burner 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they were shattered. And I thought they would have bounced back by now, but they clearly haven't.
And Valleys 34 defeated Wattles 12. We saw that game at Herb Steinhardt Oval, and look, they had a few out, Wattles, but Valleys did as well, but they really did miss the Duggan boys, didn't they, mate?
Mate, they certainly did, and Jackson Green at the back there. But I think the game was a lot closer than the score indicates, Obi. Like the intensity of the game, I blew out at the end. Dylan Sheehan had an absolute blinder, but Wattles will be there when the whips are cracking. They've got a very, very good side, even without the Duggan boys.
Yeah, well, Tommy, you played Valleys in, I think, the first round, and you were quite competitive against them, mate, so... they've got all new players, as Wattles have got a few as well, mate. So what do you say about Valleys?
Valleys were very fit and very fast. They've had a very good pre-season, and we put 22 points and we were in the game at times, but we just didn't have the legs and we didn't have the side we got now. But to me, they've been the most impressive so far that we've played, Valleys. But as you said, you take Duggan and Green out of Wattles is a big hole.
Exactly right. In reserve grade, Valleys 20 defeated Wattles 16. Under 18s, Valleys have been favourites, but and they showed their wares on the weekend. 40 points to 6 against Wattles. And in second division, Stanthorpe, congratulations to them, new side to second division, 28 points to 24 they won. And then the big game on Sunday, Oakey Bears played Dalby. And one thing I want to talk about is Oakey scored 32 points. It was fantastic. The highest score. Well done. Yes. And they, unfortunately, the other side just scored a few more, didn't they, Neville?
They certainly did. They got 58 points. But I would say, Obi, I was out in the first half and Oakey were diabolical. They're their own worst enemy, but they've come out for 25 minutes in their second half. And I like to watch the teams behind the goalpost, and they had Dalby rattled there for a sec, and then the intensity just dropped off and the player got hurt. But Oakey is certainly headed in the right direction, but Dalby, they're still the powerhouse. 4 from 4, they'll be hard to beat. Yeah,
you said the week before, Tom, that watch us against Dalby, and you came became true. You just those momentum swings and those lapses are still in your team, aren't they?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we had 3 blokes pull out on us that, didn't come, and 2 of them are forwards, and we ended up, as you can see, like we started out changing, and we were diabolical, as Nev said, in that first. Knock-ons, they got tries from our mistakes, 2 easy ones, and we had a new player in the centres, and he's just working the field. But in the second half, we come back, and we got back to 32, 40 something. We were right in the game. But unfortunately, we didn't have a bench, and at this time of the year, just putting a team together, you haven't got the fitness. And the
it was hot that day, mate, wasn't it?
She was a warm old day, and to my
were
forwards.
You sweating, Tommy?
No, I sat in the shade.
And was Took sweating? Did he play his normal 5 minutes?
No, actually, I think Tooks was sweating, but someone threw water on him, I think.
Oh, that was good, mate.
Yeah.
And does he still tell you how good he is?
No comment.
Different side with him on the field, but
Yeah, they go well, mate. But I know he's a good asset for him for Oakey Bears, isn't he, mate?
mate, he certainly is. I've watched him for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and as I've said before, Obi, it's not even what he does on the field. It's what I see him doing off the field, before the game, at training, talking to the players on the bench, and he's certainly one of Oakey's best signings in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's a bit like myself at the OB and Cookie Call, but who's counting? Anyway, reserve grade, Dalby 54 defeated Oakey 18, and your under 18s, Tommy, only went down 30 points to 24. I think they've had about 3 or 4 games where they've lost under 10 points, mate.
Well, I tell you now, with an ounce of luck, they probably could have had the last 3 wins. It's just inexperience. They got a few new boys, and Doles has done a credible job with them. And like I said, it was 24-26 with 2 minutes to go, and they had a penalty in front. They could have took a kick, but they went for the win, and unfortunately someone knocked it on, and Dolby's raced away and really crippled them and scored. And the week before I've seen them 2 weeks ago, had Valleys and they had Highfields. They're there. They've improved out of side, and I think by another 3 or 4 weeks they'll be very hard to beat.
That's good, and they are playing well, those Oakey under 18s, aren't they, Ned?
Mate, they certainly are. They're a credit to themselves, and they're a credit to the club out here and the whole community. They're a great bunch of young fellas, and Brendan has certainly done a great job with them.
Here's South Burnett keep winning. They won 38 points to Brothers 28, and a draw in second division, Dalby 22, and also Oakey, they also scored 22. How about that when it's a draw? Now, I'd like to thank you, Tom. You're coming back later on in the show for a quiz, and take us to the break, because after that we're going to have a special guest from the Oakey. Robbo!
Dear oh dear. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you live from the Oakey RSL. And it's for Art by Leonardo, Power FM, and the Oakey RSL. As we go to the break, Oakey's newest recruit, now don't shoot me if I say this incorrectly, Sione Tuamoli, is that right? Is that close enough? Anyhow, he scored 2 tries on debut.
No one knows, mate, announces, yeah.
He scored 2 tries on debut at the weekend, and Nev Cherry caught up with him. We'll have a look at that interview.
Cherry reporting the Toowoomba Rugby League out here. Dalby's the end of the A grade, with Dalby run out convincing winners. But for the Oakey Bears, one of the highlights was their new 5'8", Sione Tuamoli. Mate, try saying that twice. But anyway, so, mate, you played very, very good. They tell me you're from East Auckland. You've come over here to the Bears?
Yeah, I have. Oakey Bears called me up 2 months ago, and they brought me over here, and yeah.
Mate, you've got a few mates that have come with you. I won't even attempt their names, but, mate, they're certainly good players, so the Bears could be on the up and up.
Yeah, we can. So I think we just got to get a lot of the boys to come training, and yeah, showed out there today that we could put on a few good tries. So hopefully we go back to training, and yeah.
Mate, how old are you, Sione?
I'm only 22.
Mate, plenty of time. What about your mates? How old are they?
I'm the oldest out of us 3, so they're probably 21 and 20.
Mate, good stuff. So who got you over here? Skeet Williamson, Tommy Friend?
And also Johnny Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ever since we got here, they just welcome us with opening arms, and yeah, credit to them, because they've been looking after us ever since we got here, made us feel welcome. So cheers to them.
Mate, good stuff. How does it compare against the Auckland competition?
Oh, sorry about that. But no, I think just contact-wise, over here it's just a bit softer than back home. But more, these guys here play more speed. So yeah, that's probably the only difference.
Mate, well, anyway, welcome to Bear Country, and great to have you aboard. Cheers.
Hi, this is Sarah and Bron looking after our feet at Hip Pocket Toowoomba.
Lace up, zip side, pull on, men's, women's, kids, healthcare and construction.
Get fitted for your shoes and check out our range of work socks.
At Hip Pocket, we rock it.
Art by Leonardo's has moved to the Toowoomba Homemaker Centre. Sit down with a coffee and our friendly, experienced staff can help you choose the perfect custom frame to suit your artwork and budget. Plus, all framing is done on site. Come and visit us at our new showroom.
The Mother's Day Classic raises funds for the National Breast Cancer Foundation, a not-for-profit organisation that promotes and supports research into the prevention and treatment of breast cancer. This year's event is on Sunday 13 May at Queen's Park, Lindsay Street, East Toowoomba from 7 a.m. Register now online for either the 3-kilometre walk or 6-kilometre run at www.mothersdayclassic.com.au. Then follow the prompts to the Toowoomba event. Cost for adults early birds $20 or on the day $25. Child concession early birds $10 or on the day $15, and family registrations are available. For more info, email mdctoowoomba@gmail.com. The Mother's Day Classic is proudly supported by Power TV Australia and Toowoomba's Power FM.
And welcome back to the TRL Footy Show live from the Oakey RSL Club. And with me, the head honchos, big kahunas of the whole club. First of all, the general manager, which is Melissa. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for letting us record here and film the show. And Trevor, you're the president.
Yes, I am, Robbo.
So, El Presidente. So have you had any hints or anything from Donald Trump?
Yeah, I've had a lot of hints, but I don't think I'll be using too many of them.
All right, let's get serious. Tell us about the club. Now, how long have you been here?
Coming up to 7 years. And we're just in the rebuilding stage. We've had a bit of bad luck in the past, but we're getting there.
Now, you have a long history with the club as well.
I do. My grandfather actually ran the club many, many years ago, back in the 50s and 60s, and a little bit of the 70s. He was on the committee as well. So a little bit of my heart is in this place. There used to be a house next door in the car park, which I grew up with my grandparents. So, yeah, keeping the tradition alive in the family.
And you've been here, what, 7 years, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, Trevor, what's your involvement here? How do you fit into the place, other than coming through the door?
Yeah, well, Robbo, I'm an ex-serviceman, of course, and I started, I stood up in 2002 to fill the spot of secretary for 6 months. And what year are we in now? And I've been the president now for a number of years, but look, I love it, and I love helping veterans, and that's what we try to do here.
Now, you've also got a great area upstairs that we were lucky enough to have a tour of. Can you tell us a bit about that?
So that's our museum memorial welfare area. We have a lot of memorabilia that's been donated from past soldiers, families within the area. It is welcome for people to come look at. They just got to be supervised because a lot of it is irreplaceable.
Okay, so that brings me to the next point. Anyone can join to come here?
Anyone can join. Welcome to join.
Now, we had a great meal. Thank you very much. It was absolutely sensational. So tell it. I know the story behind the cook, but can you let us all know?
So Scotty, my young chef, started with me about 3 months after I started in the bar. We had a few dramas in the kitchen, pretty much got rid of all the staff, and he said, "Can I cook?" And I laughed, not thinking a young boy could cook. Grandma taught him to cook, went through TAFE, and awesome meals, absolutely superb. So takes a lot of pride in his meals.
Okay, just before we go, big day on Anzac Day always, but tell us about what you've got on offer here.
So we start at 5 o'clock in the morning for rum and coffee for the veterans. 6 o'clock we open again for gunfire breakfast. $5 donation. It's welcome to everyone in the public, so please come along if they're wanting to. Then we've got entertainment throughout the day, 2-up, raffles. It's just a good day for camaraderie with everyone.
And of course, any other time you can come for a meal, lunch and dinner?
Lunch and dinner, 7 days a week we're open. Foxtel Live Footy Sports running all the time here.
And come out and see the Tigers win again. That's West Tigers. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Bears in this competition. Thanks, Melissa, and also Trevor, for having a chat.
No worries, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you, Robbo, for that. And I'd just like to make a mention. Go the Oakey Bears, and don't forget the mighty Cronulla Sharks.
Who? Even Peter Beattie doesn't know who they are. All right, that's the general manager and also the president of the Oakey RSL, where we're broadcasting live with the TRL Footy Show. thanks to Art by Leonardo, Power FM, and of course the Oki RSL. Yay! Over to you. What's your name again?
Obi.
Obi.
Well, I'm on fire. Let's come on. We're here at the RSL. I can't hear you. Are we here at the RSL? Yeah, that was lower than before, but look, it gives me a great honour and pleasure to welcome to the Footy Show the one and only former NRL player and Mark Tookey. G'day, Tookey. Stop it. Yeah, welcome to the TRL Footy Show, Tooks.
It's good to be here, mate.
That's good. So we're going to have a big talk, mate. You've, in fact, I've met Tooks a few times, and I met him at the SBS equivalent for the Footy Show at the League Nation, of which you were a host there, mate, weren't you?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to host a few of those ones, help out where I can, mate.
So have you met any bigger personality than myself and Nev here?
Absolutely not, no way. Not in Toowoomba. Oh, Skeet, he's not bigger in stature, but he's just as big in Oki.
Yeah, well, we lost Darryl Eastlake, God bless his soul, and he was my idol. And now he's gone, mate. You're my idol, mate. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
So it's all right. Well, let's if you can help us with the round 5 games, mate, that'd be much appreciated. Tooks. Now, Warwick play host to Valleys on Saturday night, and that's going to be a ripper of a game, Nev.
Mate, it certainly is. Whenever you play Warwick out at Warwick, Father Ranger Oval, they're always tough, whether they're coming first in the competition or they're coming last. Warwick Cowboys are hard to beat down there.
And Tooks, you've played Valleys, and first of all I want to say, you must be very surprised with the Toowoomba Rugby League comp on how a high standard is. You've been, I think you're a Logan boy, and you've seen competitions. Where do you see the Toowoomba Rugby League as it sits at the moment?
Oh, it's definitely got potential. It's a little bit two-tiered, I see at the moment. There's definitely a divide with the top teams doing really well, and the bottom teams are just struggling, numbers and staff and things like that. But we've been unfortunate enough to play the top 3 sides in the first kind of 4 or 5 rounds. So Valleys and Highfields were probably the standout for me. I think they really gave us a good flogging. Dolby are definitely in the running up there as well. So, we've had the unfortunate task of playing all 3 in a row, and we're in a building stage. So, let's wait and see what happens in the second round.
So, Tix, do you think playing those 3 sides in a row really galvanised and hardened you up moving forward in the competition?
No. Not at all. It was. It's tough going. We're trying to develop combinations, and we're just working through some processes in getting the club on its feet again. And we're building slowly. It's hard when you're getting 50 and 60 put on you, but we're taking a lot of lessons and learns out of that. We can't be down in the dumps and sook about it. It's they're good sides, so we've got to respect that they're pretty good, and we need to be better.
Now, Valleys, Warwick at Warwick, mate. Who do you like down here of what you've observed?
Oh, mate, I imagine Warwick would be tough out there at their joint. Valleys are a very good side. I would go with Valleys just because I know I've played against them at the moment. I don't really know what Warwick's got out there, but we've got Warwick in the next couple of weeks. So going on just that I don't know Warwick, I'd probably go for Valleys.
And who are you going to go for, Nev?
Mate, I'll go for Warwick down at Warwick.
Yeah, actually, I'm going for Valleys. I was very impressed with them. I am a speed man. I like speed.
I can tell.
But at the end of the year, it's all about footy. But that's good. Keep the jokes to me, too. And but I do think that's going to be an absolute ripper. Gary Lawrence is going to be there for around the grounds. And then we go to Club Pittsworth, where Pittsworth, after their resounding win over, or minor upset over against Gundy, they're playing Brothers on Saturday night, Nev.
Mate, they certainly are. I watched Pittsworth out at Highfields 2 weeks ago. I walked away from that game thinking, I think Pittsworth are gone. With the one exception, Ian Brackstone coaching them. He's a very, very good coach. I expect Pittsworth to bounce back against Brothers.
Hey, look, Brothers, haven't they done well? They're a bit like you said, there was a big divide in the actual competition. But look, they've kept their reputation intact. They've been pretty good and not losing all the time, mate.
Mate, yeah, they battled hard against us, and it was a really good game in that first round. So yeah, I haven't seen Pittsworth. I don't know too much about the competition other than who I've played against so far. So going on that, I think Brothers might be a chance. Again, Pittsworth dealt it to Gundy, so they're going in with winning form. So you know, you take that with a grain of salt, I suppose. But yeah, honestly, I can only go on who I've played against.
Okay, that's Saturday at 6:30 over at Club Pittsworth. Now, the Toowoomba Sports Club match of the day is none other at Trevor Mickleborough Oval. It's Oakey versus Gatton. And we're looking forward to that game. And the Obie and Cookie Call's going to be there on Saturday night, following up that we've been here on a Thursday, mate. Aren't we looking forward to this game, mate?
Mate, we certainly are, Obie, and if there's going to be an upset on the cards, I think it can be Oakey versus Gatton. If Oakey can get their structures together, the defence together, guys step up to the mark, Gatton could be in trouble. My heart says Oakey, my mind says Gatton.
So you've tipped Gatton, have you?
I have, yes.
You idiot.
Yeah. I've got to beat Lenny.
Yeah, well, you're an idiot, and I'm the only one who's tipped Oakey this week. Thank you very much, and I must admit that Gatton were pretty bad last week against Warwick, especially in the second half. And with Oakey gathering momentum and the occasion they have all their players back, I think I can see a upset on the mind as the producer tips over for the 10th time. That's another story. But you'll be looking forward to this game, Tooks?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, we're building. As I said, we've taken a lot of learns out of the last few weeks. We've played the top sides. We put 30 on Dalby last week, and we gained a lot of confidence out of that. So we just take each game as it comes. We're moving forward. We're learning, and we're building combinations. We need to stop bleeding points. We let 1 try in, 2 and 3 tries. So if we can just curb that, we know we can score points. We've got Robbo back this week, and he adds another dimension of speed to us out wide. So we just need to really concentrate on our D and not bleed too many points. Again, I don't know much about Gatton, but I know they've got a new coach down there, and they're in the same kind of boat. They've got to learn his ways, and they're building on combinations as well. So we just take each game as it comes.
Actually, we have earmarked this game for a long time because of the relationship former Gatton coach Tom Friend and also former Gatton player Corey Mullen. So I know that the commentary team is pretty fired up, aren't we, Nev?
Mate, we certainly are, Obie. Like I said on the call last week, I think it's sold out. So if you want your tickets, you can't get them tomorrow, it's tough. But it's going to be a huge crowd.
Yeah, I did that against Oakey and going to win. In fact, I slept outside and I didn't know whether I was worried or not. But it's going to be a fantastic game and a great atmosphere, and we are really, really looking forward to that. On to South and Goondiwindi, Nev.
I want South to win, and like I said, Gundy, they're such an unknown quantity. They can play like $1 million, or they can just falter at the altar sort of thing. And mate, I'll tip Goondiwindi, but I really think South will bounce back. I think that loss last week will really galvanise them, will galvanise the whole club, Obie.
I know Robbo's going for South, aren't you, Robbo?
Absolutely.
There we go. So look, even though that's a big turnaround after they had 1,000 put on them last week, but Goondiwindi, after they got lost last week, be looking to rekindle that. But look, I think those games are going to be nice to watch, Tooks.
Yeah, they're both two sides that are struggling a little bit down the bottom with us, but there's definitely a bounce back factor. And when you get pumped by 90, everyone starts looking in the mirror a little bit. And I reckon South will probably bounce back there.
Yeah, I'm going for Gundy on that one on their recent form, and even though they haven't won a game yet. So, look, the Hutchies Builders match of the round, Obie and Cookie Call on Power FM, is Wattles versus Dalby, and what a cracker this game's going to be, Ned.
Mate, it certainly will be. Out of Platts Oval, I'll go for Dalby every day of the week. Their form has been sensational, 4 from 4, Obie, they'll be hard to beat.
Okay, before Robbo takes us to the break, I'm going for Dalby. Who are you going for, mate?
I'm going to go for Dalby.
Okay, and before we go to the break and Robbo's going to us, we're coming back and I'll let Robbo take us out on what's going to happen after the break.
And also, you left me with a name I can't pronounce again, thank you.
That's all right, mate.
Before the break, have a look at the interview with Joe Fumiyomiana. Is that right?
Fui Mona, you idiot.
Fui Mamona.
Fui Moi Moi, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that, mate, but a very good player.
Yes, absolutely. After the break, it's time for Obi's quiz with Mark Tukey, Aaron Cherry and Tom Friend, as this is the TRL Footy Show live from the Oakey RSL, live and free on Power TV.
Andrew O'Brien reported for QRL and TRL Media, and we're here with Joey Fui Famona. He scored, what, 2 or 3 tries, mate?
I don't know. 2.
What can't you count that?
No, I can't count that far.
That way, mate. And, mate, I like your little bag here, mate. It's really beautiful. Have a look at it, mate. Let's show it to everyone. Can we have a look at that? Yeah. What colour do you call that, mate?
That's fluoro pink.
What?
Fluoro pink.
Pink, yeah, mate. And did you pick that out? Did you pick that out yourself?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay, it's very nice, don't you think?
I got told we're going to the beach, and our trainer tricked me coming to the game. I rocked up in no shoes and all.
That's right, mate. So, mate, and how's your tribe of kids going, mate? Well?
Yeah, they're well. They flew down to Melbourne today, and hoping they're well and safe.
So, mate, what's the change, man? I haven't got 2 words out of you in 3 seasons, mate. You're on the leash tonight, eh? Or off the leash?
No, I'm still bound. I'm still tied down. I won't go anywhere.
I was just checking. I was just saying to Craig, mate, you had very near your grand final backline tonight, mate, and you really enjoyed mixing it with the boys tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, they're a good bunch of boys, and I wouldn't play against them. So
mate, tell me this, mate. What's harder, mate? Is it playing football or changing all the dirty nappies, mate?
I think fatherhood's more harder, I reckon.
All right, Joey. I thought you were back to your great form tonight, mate, and 2 in a row. Go and celebrate, eh?
Yeah, thank you, mate. Cheers.
Playing indoor netball, cricket, soccer, dodgeball and volleyball is a great way to keep fit and catch up with friends, and the place to go and play any or all of these sports is Action Indoor Sports. There are competitions for juniors and adults of all levels of ability, from beginners to the most experienced. Action Indoor Sports is home to Inflatable World, an inflatable theme park for all ages, and new and coming soon, indoor softball. Go and see for yourself. Action Indoor Sports is located at 31 Spencer Street, Toowoomba. Check out the website toowoombaindoorsports.com or phone 46359999.
And welcome back to the TRL Footy Show live and free on Power TV. We are here at the Oakey RSL, yes, deep in the heart of Bears territory, and it's time for the quiz.
Yeah, it is a quiz, Robbo. Thanks very much. Put your hands together for Robbo. Okay, so we're going to have a quiz, and I've been up all night looking at the questions, which you'll think as well. And I'd like to welcome the 2017 Webke Prize medalist, Aaron Cherry. How are you, Aaron?
Aaron.
And I asked you to bring along your medal, mate. Give us a look at it. Put it up to the camera, mate. Isn't that wonderful? Put your hands together for Aaron. And how's your season been so far, Aaron?
Yeah, not too bad, but yeah, we're picking up probably where we left off last year, but with the few additions, we're getting better each week, so can't ask for more.
And you've got a different feel this year, mate, because you've got a few new players around, mate?
Yeah, it's a lot better feel. It actually feels like there's a few people helping us core group out this year, so we don't have to do as much work as what we had to last year.
And this man beside you and the coach, of course, been taken a bit of pressure off you as being one of the better players in the senior group.
Yeah, sure has. He definitely brings like a level head to the group, and yeah, it tells us where we're going wrong when we need to, and gives us a bit of a up the butt. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, so here's the quiz, guys. We're going to ask each of you 2 questions each. Robbo, you're going to keep score, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, and each 2 questions each, and then we're going to go to a fast round, okay? Now let's go to you, Aaron, okay? Now you won the. Now you get 10 points if you get the question right straight away, right? If you don't, you can ask for a multiple choice of that answer, okay? So you won the 2017 Webke Prize Medal. Who won the Webke Prize Medal the year before?
Could I get the options, the B, please?
You want to go for the thing as well?
5 points,
Okay, was
please.
it A, James Dempsey? Was it B, Matt Duggan? Or was it C, Daniel Holmes?
I'll go with Matt Duggan.
Matt Duggan, and you're wrong, you idiot. Okay. So that's 0 for Aaron, okay? You know how to write there as well as Matt, it was Daniel Holmes. So one thing I like about that answer is that in 3 years' time, Aaron, no one to give a stuff whether you won or not. Yeah, no, only joke as well. Now to Mark Tukey. Now a lot of people don't know this, but Mark in 2009 was the assistant coach for the Tongan side in the Pacific Cup, okay? Now here's a question. I was thinking about this one, might be a bit difficult for you, mate, but I know you're a learned man. Okay? Who is the current Tongan Rugby League captain?
Tongan Rugby League captain. I'll take the multi-choice, please.
Multi-choice. Is it A, Andrew Fafita?
No.
Is it B, Jason Tomalomo?
Maybe.
Is it C, Sikamanu? Sikamanu?
Yeah.
That's right. Thanks very much for the help of the audience. So he gets 5 points for there.
Tomalolo's too young.
That's good. Now, Tommy, your son Nathan had a distinguished career in the NRL and was named co-captain of the Titans in his last year in 2016. The Titans had 2 other captains in that year. 10 points to name them both, or 5 points to name just one of them.
In the year he was co-captain?
Yes.
It was him and Zillman.
That's 5 points. Now for 10 points, the other captain. There was 3 captains in the year.
Front
Right,
rower. Front rower.
Glenn Lazarus.
No.
Right. No.
James.
And first name?
Ryan James.
That's right. 10 points.
10 points.
So after the first round, 10 points to Tommy, 5 points to Tukes, and Aaron Cherry, you're a very good footballer. Okay, now, Aaron, Chris Oliver was one of your wingers on the weekend. Who was the other winger? 5 points if you're naming, and another 5 points if you can spell his surname.
Braden Schilf.
Okay, that's 5 points. He's on the board, everyone! Okay, now spell Schilf.
SCHILF.
Amazing! Isn't that fantastic?
That's why he's a captain.
That's why he's a captain, yes.
And I got a bit of inside information. He's actually my cousin.
Over to you, Tukes. The president of the Oki Club is Skeeter. What's his real name?
Shane? Shane Williamson.
Williamson, well done. 10 points, Shane Williamson. Now, Tom, you have 3 children, right? Nathan's birthday is on the 28th of February, okay? Your other children are Luana and Juanita, okay?
Yeah.
5 points for guessing both of those, and another 5 points if you can give me the date of your wife's birthday.
Yeah, well, that's no worries.
Okay.
Luana was born on the 4th of May.
Very good. That's 5 points.
Juanita was the 25th of May.
That's wrong, you idiot. Okay.
It's
the 24th of May.
And the wife's the 20th of March.
Well, you don't get that one, mate. You only get 5 points. So what's the score there, Robert?
At the moment, Aaron's on 10.
Aaron's on 10.
Tom's on 15.
Tom's on 15.
And Mark's on 15.
And Mark's on 15. Very, very close.
I have to take my shoes and socks off now if we're going.
So I've got a few questions here, and it's a buzzer time, okay? Now from here, okay? Now, mate, Tommy, seeing where the Oki Bears, your buzzer is going to be a bear growl, okay? So we want to hear your growl, mate.
Well, at the moment it could be a koala because we're getting.
Well, I don't care what it is, mate.
I'm grizzly.
You're gonna growl. Okay, ready? Give us a growl. Okay. Aaron, okay? In Oakey, all right, they've got the Air Force Defence here as well, mate, and their aircraft is a helicopter, mate, okay? So you need to make the noise of a helicopter, mate. Okay, well, how about we do this, mate? Okay, and Tooks.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you played for the South Queensland Crushers.
Yes.
Now you have a choice, mate.
They were the trains.
Yeah, you can be the trains or you can make the sound of a crushing noise. What would you like?
I'll go toot toot.
Okay, now let's hear it again.
Toot toot.
Now what was yours again, Tommy?
Yeah, growl.
Can you give us again, please? Okay, and yours is? Okay, 5 points. The scores are...
Is it a point each?
No, 5 points each. Okay, well just put the... whatever, we'll add them up, okay? Now we've got Tommy on 15.
Yep.
I'll stop it after 5 questions. We got Aaron on
10.
On 10 and Tooks on
15.
On 15. Okay. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Go. Who is Oakey's reserve grade coach? Yes, Mark.
Brad Adamson.
That's right.
Dave Adamson.
Dave Adamson. Give us a growl.
Sorry,
I
Dave
did the growl.
Adamson.
You did the growl first.
Yeah.
Dave Addison. That's 5 points to Tommy.
Yeah, toot toot.
Okay. Sione Tumola scored the first try for the Bears on Sunday. He also scored the second of his tries early in the second half. Who scored Oakey's last try on Sunday?
Ari.
Yes, mate.
Aria, our halfback.
And he's also known as? Emmanuel Charret.
Emmanuel Charret.
And hip hip Charret. Everyone together. Hip hip
Charret.
Yeah, thanks very much. 5 points to Aaron. Oakey comes under the local government area of the Toowoomba region. Who is the mayor? Yes, mate.
Antonio.
First name?
Paul and...
Yes, well done. Tommy's got that one for 5 points.
Paul Antonio.
Who was Queensland's captain in the first ever State of Origin? Yes, mate.
Arta Beaton.
Well done, mate. Okay. Now we're going to change senior a bit ahead, mate. When you're doing the growl, mate, you've got to get your arms like this, okay? All right, so give us again, mate. Right, go. No, like this, mate. That's it, okay? Because the growl is just getting too quick, which is cheating, okay? Okay, Oakey is famous for being the base of the nation's Air Force. What is their main aircraft they operate out of the base? Yes, mate.
A helicopter.
And how's it go, mate? Yeah, well done. So that's 5 questions, mate. Give us a score, mate.
Okay, score update at the moment. Aaron and his chopper is on. He's on. That's one. Yeah, 20.
Aaron's on 20.
Tom's on 30.
Tom's on 30.
And Mark's on 15.
And Mark's on 15. Come on, Mark, up there.
Thanks for coming.
All right, these fairly quickly, okay? Oakey's home ground is the Trevor Mickleborough Oval.
Sore throat.
All right, spell Mickleborough. Yes, mate.
What is it? Mickleborough.
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 That's right. Put your hands together for that one. 5 points for a thing. Okay, who am I? Yes, mate?
Obi.
That's good. 5 points for that. Very good. Okay. Who am I? No, can't get to that, mate. Okay. I'm a rugby league player. I have a distinguished career playing overseas in the NRL and in the NRL. I grew up in Queensland. My favourite restaurant is in locations all over the world. I played over 100 NRL games in my career. I started my career in 1996 and I'm still playing rugby league today.
Toot toot.
Yes?
Me?
That's right!
Nice.
And
Trying to play rugby.
So I'll go on with that. One of my clubs I played for was the Parramatta Eels. I also was a panellist on the NRL footy shows called the League Nation. And I also played Auckland Warriors and South Queensland Crushers and reignited my career in Toowoomba Rugby League playing for this competition here. And put your hands together for Mark. What a fantastic career.
This is your life.
Okay, next question. How many NRL clubs does Mark Tukey play for?
Oh no, I was toot toot.
No.
4.
No.
3.
No. Yes, that's 3. Tommy got 5, okay?
Name them.
Now, the Oakey second division scored 22 points on the weekend. How many? 22 it was? 22? How many did their opposition score?
2-2.
Yep.
22.
That's right, it was a draw.
It was a draw.
Thanks very much. Okay, last question. 3-2-1 points were given by the Obi and Cookie team each week. Who received the 2 points for Oakey? Yes.
Dylan Hayer.
That's well done. Okay, that's the last question. Who won this game, mate? What's the score? Yep.
In third place
In third place.
is Aaron on 20.
Aaron on 20. Put your hands together for Aaron. There's a little prize for you, mate.
Thank you.
Okay. Second place.
Mark on 35.
Mark on 35.
Thanks, mate.
And our winner tonight, Tom with 40.
Okay. Now Tom gets a parcel. Apart from the other boys, he gets an Obi and Cookie hat. Okay, so well done, mate.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, put your hands together for that was Obi's. Okay, so if we can just go to the break, and we'll be back with Obi's rant just after the break. Thanks for here at the Oakey RSL.
As soon as you walk through the door, you'll feel right at home at Oakey RSL. With a warm, inviting atmosphere, you can simply relax and have a drink at the aviation bar or watch sport on their large screen TVs. There's something for everyone with live Fox Sport on the big screen on Saturdays, kids entertainment on Fridays, and morning melodies with Kathy Drummond every second Tuesday of the month. Call in, enjoy a delicious meal at Flanders Bistro, and catch some great entertainment. Check out all they have to offer at www.oakeyrsl.com.au, drop into 76 Campbell Street, Oakey, or call them on 4691 2655. Oakey RSL, it's your club. Enjoy.
And welcome back to the Oakey RSL. This is the TRL Footy Show, live and free on Power TV. Time for Obi's rant. Rant.
Well, this week's rant is a good one. In a couple of weeks' time, we have the 47th Battalion. There are 3 divisions in Queensland Rugby League: Northern Division, Central Division and the South East Division. And we are in Central Division. There's 176 clubs in the Central Division, and there's 27 competitions. And all those divisions, Toowoomba, Roma, Bundaberg, Gladstone, will all be competing for the 47th Battalion. And it is just fitting that we had this Toowoomba Rugby League show here at the RSL with Anzac Day on Wednesday. And on behalf of the Rugby League community, we wish all our diggers all the best on Wednesday when that bugle is sounding as well. Yeah. So the 47th Battalion this year, more than any, because we have not seen Toowoomba play in its area for a long time, and the team gets announced on Monday, mainly because we see what happens to injuries and availability. The selectors sat down this week, and we're looking forward to that press conference at 9 o'clock when Chairman Brian Gilroy and Coach Chris McEwen announce that side. And I think it's going to be fantastic to have all those different comps. There's 8 in the men's and 8 in the women's. Is that right, Brian? No, there's 6 in the women's, and I think it's the first time that we're going to see some really good football, isn't it, Neville?
Mate, it certainly is, and what a great concept for this area, Obi. Like, it just, the greatest representatives playing the greatest game of all here on the Darling Downs, and can hardly wait. And as the side's picked, you've got to feel for those guys that have missed out. As I spoke to Brian earlier on, you could pick 40 players in that team. The talent is that good up here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic, and let's hope we get a couple of Bears in that side announced on Monday. And I think that's about wraps it up. Robbo, you can do the thank yous if you like as you take us to the end of the show.
Absolutely. A cast of thousands up here today at the Oakey RSL. Thanks to the guys from the Oakey Bears for coming up and being part of it. Thank you to the team here at Oakey RSL for looking after us and allowing us to...
Thanks, Trevor.
And thanks to our sponsors, the Oakey RSL, Art by Leonardo's and Power FM, one great song after another. Also, Royce Music, and the computer troubleshooters. Please remember, if you are in business and interested in advertising with us, contact powerfmtoowoomba@gmail.com, or you can contact programming at Power TV Australia. This is a production of Power TV Australia in conjunction with Power FM. I'm Robbo. Thanks for your company. See you again next week.